yesterday we dropped Makiko off back at rugby, and so we've now left rugby for the final time this year. We seem to have been there quite a lot over the last few weeks, and we're slowly making our way onwards. We had a slight delay this morning because someone fell in the canal and we had
wasn't even here.
and his bike fell on top of him, but he's all dried out now, and he managed to keep his mouth shut while he was in there, so that's the main thing. Didn't swallow any canal water. Anyway, everyone has to do it once, eh? We just cycled into Daventry and we were following a cycle path back to Braunston, which has been fenced off. I think they're doing some work on it. So we're trying to find our way back through these woods. We did think we might be able to go up there, but it's fenced off up there as well. So at the moment we're a tiny bit lost and determined not to go back. So we're going to have to try and push our bikes through there. Oh, well, we've come through the woods and found our way up to the cycle path, which is blocked off there and clear down there, though I suspect it's blocked off down the other end, but we can't keep going through the woods because there's trees down and it's very wet. The only problem is we've now got to get our bikes up this hill, and we're having to do it with the panniers off because it's a bit steep. I'm just going to go and help Henry push his up. Oh, and then down the last time for the other panniers. Ooh. Whew. There you go. Whoop, you got it. You take that one, I'll just get over this bit and then... Oh, made it. Okay. Well, we think over there in the distance that we can see some shiny things that look like narrowboats. So we're going to try and get over there. Caked in mud, but we're out. I think we're found the end. We've just got to get over the fence now. Well, apart from some nettle stings and there's some bramble cuts, we've made it. That over there, under the earth, is Braunston Tunnel. And so, if we follow this down here, we should come out onto the Braunston side of it. Oh, and almost immediately there's the tunnel and there's the canal just down in there. This looks like a long tunnel, and I can actually hear a noise and I can see a tiny light down there. I think that's going to take ages to get here. Are you going to cycle back?
Yeah. Well, the bit where I came off is about as wide as that grassy bit there. So this looks pretty safe.
Okay, well, you've got to get back on your horse.
Indeed, yeah.
I love this boat. I think if it was painted up in 50s, 60s colours, it would look amazing. Such a gorgeous form. It's got a little butty that goes with it as well. I hope somebody's going to look after it. And we just found another flaw in our plan.
That was a bridge.
And home. Before we can start moving down south, there's a few jobs that we've got to do. And the thing about owning a narrowboat is, especially if you're handy, you're always going to find yourself down in the engine bay, it seems. So today H is fitting the expansion chamber
Tank.
The expansion tank. What's it for?
It's called an expansion vessel. It's called an expansion vessel.
And what's it for?
It's to take up the expansion of the hot water in the pipes. Otherwise it just blows out the pressure relief valve. I've got one on there, a little one, but it's nowhere near big enough.
What's that? Oh, what, that sweet little silver thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was only, I think we were running out of time when we were building the boat back then. So we just had to get stuff, and we couldn't get one of these proper expansion vessels. I'm sure everyone else has got those problems if still trying to get hold of materials.
Oh, it looks like you're nearly finished.
Yeah, pretty well am. I've just got to tighten some of the connections up that I had to loosen off. Make sure I don't invent any more leaks. And then that's done. So after that I've got the hurricane heater to plumb into the system. All the radiators are actually in and all that part of the system's done, but I haven't got it connected into the hurricane heater. But I have got a diesel supply to it now, so once I'm ready then we'll just be able to fire it up.
So instant hot water?
Yeah.
Radiators warm?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, Henry's out of the engine bay, but we're on the move again. We've had a continuing problem since the start with our beta engine, and what happens is that there's air getting into it, and Henry has to prime it every day before we start it to get the air out. And we've had a couple of people look at it. When we had our first engine service done, they thought they'd sorted the problem out at Calcut, but they didn't, and in fact it's been a bit worse since then. So eventually we called Beta, and they've tried to hook us up with an engineer at Braunston, but at the moment engineers like hen's teeth, everyone is so busy. And then by chance we got hold of a mobile engineer called Jim today, and it happens that he's going to be in Stockton tomorrow and he hasn't got a full day's work, so when I say racing, we're moving on down to Stockton quick as we can, because it coincidentally is near enough to Braunston to get to reasonably quickly. So we're hoping to be there by tonight, and hopefully he can fit us in tomorrow and find out what the problem is. If it's an engine problem, then hopefully it's still under warranty. If it's something else, then we're going to have to pay more money for it. But we just want to get it sorted now, because although it doesn't stop us going anywhere, it's a right royal pain. Here we go. decided not to go all the way to Stockton today because there's this most amazing view here, and we couldn't resist having just one night on this fantastic mooring. It's one of those lovely warm late summer evenings, and being September we're probably not going to get a lot more of these, so we're taking the opportunity to cook outside tonight. And we've been using charcoal all summer, which I'm not always keen on because it's hard to find the sustainable charcoal sometimes. But I discovered this, which is miscanthus, and you can get it both as charcoal for the barbecue and as logs for the stove. It's 100% sustainable, 100% traceable, and it's a crop that's planted once and is harvested every spring with a lifespan of 20 years. And it also grows on unproductive land, so it's not taking land over and competing with food production. So it sounds brilliant. It seems to burn hotter, and we'll have to see if it burns as long as charcoal, but to be honest, if it just does as well as, I'm really happy with it. Mackerel and aubergines tonight. What difference a day makes. I was in shorts yesterday, and we've set out early this morning to get to Stockton before the engineer, but a grey mist has come down and it's breezy and it feels chilly. We're not ready for autumn yet, but I think the weather's going to improve later, I hope so. Countryside is beautiful around here. There's a gorgeous church over there. So we can enjoy it anyway.
Right, moment of truth. We've had a couple of bits and pieces done to fix the air leak problem. So we're about to see if it has fixed it. Heaters first. And now, go. Nope. Hasn't fixed it.
Oh, damn. Well, that was rather disappointing, and we're not sure what our next move will be. We've had 3 engineers look at it now, and the problem's still there. So we'll have to wait till Monday when we can ring Beta and discuss what we can do next. The engineer that came yesterday is busy for weeks. They all seem to be really busy for weeks. It's sort of a hangover from pandemic. You know, work's just been building up for them. It's not something that's stopping us moving, but you don't want to have to go into the engine bay every single morning to pump it before you can move off. Anyway, for the time being, we're in Long Itchington, which is a lovely village, medieval. There's some really lovely Tudor houses up there, and it has 6 pubs, almost more pubs than houses. And if we were drinkers, we'd do a pub crawl, but we're not, so we will maybe get to try 2 or 3 of them out. So it's onwards. We'll see you on the next video when we'll probably be somewhere around Leamington Spa. Okay, bye for now.